Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Prairie Banana on PulseChain, Gray's currencies. We're going to talk about the Gray's currencies that provide passive income into your wallet every single moment, practically of every single day. pTGC and UFO. On PulseChain, at the bottom of PulseChain, magical, ginormous opportunity over here on PulseChain. We're going to talk about that. So hit the like, please. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel if you would, and hit the like. Okay. So now I'm going to talk to you like you're my buds that we visit with every week, that I visit with every week, and you guys can visit in the chat. Okay. I'm going to get my banners going. Here's my banner and my media asset, which is that. Doesn't that beautify the room a little bit? I think it does. Well, guys, there's been a lot going on in crypto since Friday. I mean, whoa. Woo. The biggest liquidation in crypto history happened on Friday, October 11th. 11th. What is it about the number 11? You know? And so there's going to be a lot of fallout, a lot of shakeout, a lot of conspiracy connected with that. I can guarantee it. And I've already seen a little bit. We're not going to get into it, but I do want to read a tweet that I picked up that apparently summarizes a bit of it. I want to go over it. Who's in the chat today? Romeo Fantastical. Hey, Romeo. It's good to see you, man. Are you the Romeo, the one that's been around? I don't know. I just don't remember seeing Romeo Fantastical. I like it, man. It's funny. One of the reasons I picked my handle, the Prairie Banana. Come on, man. You're being funny, aren't you? Yes. Because this is crypto. It's so cut and dry. We need some levity. If you cannot tell by my disposition and my countenance, I continue to be optimistic and enthusiastic about PulseChain, crypto, overall, PulseChain. You know, we're going to have our bull run. Well, I'm not a prophet. I don't have a crystal ball. But in my opinion, we're going to have our bull run. It just may not be a big, long bull run. Maybe it'll be a shorter one. But I think we'll have it. I mean, I would rather have a bull run than no bull run. You know what I'm saying? So I continue to be optimistic. And for reason, like... Sorry, I just read a message. I can't tell you what it is, but it's just from a buddy of mine. Maybe he's in here. Oh man, guys, who says girls are the only ones that have like moments? Okay, it's the same Romeo. Cool. All right, let's where should we start? Let's start with the chart because I haven't looked at it yet. I've been savoring this, and I want to look at. I gotta close this down. This is distracting me. I haven't looked at the chart since like 2 hours ago, almost. Well, it's on my phone. It's different when it's on my phone, and then we'll go over to Twitter and. Honestly, I'm probably let's go to look at the volume first because that's what I'm really most curious about. I scrolled through the Telegram where the buy bots come through, and there was a lot of activity. I saw a lot this morning. From this morning, I just kind of got caught up. So I don't even have my share screen ready. Let's get that going. Is there anybody else in the chat today? I mean, I see now 18 eyeballs. It's quiet as a turkey farm on Thanksgiving Eve around here, man. It's crazy quiet. It's gonna liven up, guys. And you know why I'm here? Because it's gonna liven up. That's why I'm here every single day. Hey, Polygon, I saw your comment on my Twitter post. Thank you very much. Gotcha, man. 2Gs. Oh, thank you guys for chiming in. I appreciate it. It's nice to know that you guys are here. It helps me be more on my toes, more on my A game, if you will. bear with me as I pull up the slide deck, and then we'll share our screen. Spectre, it's always good to see you, man. Any questions, guys? If you got any questions, no such thing as a stupid question. Just drop them in the chat. And speaking of Spectre, he's a member of my Telegram. And if you guys want to join up, there's the link. It's private. I'm trying to keep scammers out because I'm trying to invite new people in. And if you want to jump in, please do. You don't gotta join this conversation. I just like seeing that number go up. Okay. It's so weird. Like we're in this, like if you're on Twitter and you post, because I've been on Twitter for a while. And now I got this new addiction. It's how many impressions did I get? How many followers did I picked up or lost? I cannot let Twitter determine my mood. We cannot do it either. All right, let's go over to, really want to look at the volume. So let's get that cooking. And I do have both tabs pulled up. Okay. And if you guys got any comments, dude, guys, are you kidding me, man? Springer Benj just bought $5,000 worth of pTGC today. Woo! Yeah, man. Congratulations, dude. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. That is such good news. That is so good, man. I mean, I'm not saying that. Yeah, man. I had to go look. I had to do a little research. I think you're going to be a happy camper, dude. I mean, because why? Wise investors buy blood. What all over the place. There's blood everywhere. I got to make sure I don't spill my glass. There's blood in the streets. Everybody's panicking. You got to trade. I was telling my dad this morning, you got to trade against your emotions. Spectre, I bet you were a little bit like, this is difficult. I'm sure it wasn't easy throwing $5,000, but where else are you going to put it? I refer to my pinned tweet. Was uncomfortable getting in at 300 million market cap, 30. What? But these prices are a steal, and I had to. Man, that's so awesome. We got to find out what the market cap is now that I opened up my mouth. Okay, I'm going to find this pinned tweet, and you guys can go feast your eyes on that. If you hadn't seen it yet, yes, I'm rather proud of it. Hey, it's cool, man. I mean, pass it around. I won't get into it, but there's a pinned tweet. If you can find something better, and Springer Bench hasn't found anything better, apparently. Maybe he's getting into other assets or, whatever. We should probably speculate on other stuff too. Spectre, PB, 2Gs. That's awesome, man. 2Gs. Let's get through the comments, and then we'll go over to look at the volume. Just completed full locking ladder. Woo! Here for the long haul, man. That's awesome. Is it like an annual? Did you do an annual locking ladder or like a semi-annual? You don't have to give details, dude, but I'm just curious. Was uncomfortable getting in at 300. Let's look at that market cap. I'm going to pop up my screen. 300 million market cap. I'm really trying to understand what you mean. I think you mean, because like pTGC is at $55 million market cap right now. So even better, Springer Bench. You're getting in at a $55 million market cap. 6-to-1 ratio. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's go to volume. I bet we got some good volume today. I saw a little green on the chart, and I just got a glance of it. Okay, this is, I set this yesterday morning during Spaces, $343,000 of volume. This is pTGC. Let's refresh it and see what we got. I bet it's about the same, maybe a little less. It's going to be in that range. Let's see. Let's see how right or wrong I am. Then we'll do the same for 64. Okay, I was way wrong. I am really shocked. Okay, let's look at UFO. Yesterday it was 105,000. Well, I mean, what did you guys think the volume was going to be that different? I bet UFO going to be quite a bit less too. Oh, it's a 64. It didn't drop as much as pTGC did. You were like, okay. That's funny. Yeah, man. I did not expect to see that drop of, wait a second. That's pTGC. And this is UFO. They're both at 64,000. They're equal. That is very unusual. I'm just going to say it. That is very unusual for pTGC and UFO to have the same volume. What's going on? You must be in the Matrix or something. One drink, and then we'll get to the deck screener. Okay, we found it. Let's go up to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up 3% to me. It doesn't surprise you? Okay. Good. I said that wrong. Totally. It doesn't surprise you? No, yeah. Whatever. Well, maybe you've been more in tune with the buy bots in the Telegram than I have today. Okay, let's do this, guys. Bitcoin is up 3.37% today. That is the market recovering from UFO. Yeah. You're a UFO guy, right? You can remind me. I'm a UFO guy too. Why is it? It's so frustrating, isn't it? That pTGC just gets all the love. And I haven't really pinned down exactly why it is. But I got an idea today. All right, I'm going to build. Okay, this is my idea. I got two ideas. The one is just a derivative of the other. The first one is about pTGC. Let me see if I can. Hold on, guys. Watch this, man. If you're a data head in here, and Zen, if you're in here, I think you'll appreciate this. I know I can do this. I just have to make the time to do it. I'll get to my little notebook here. Okay. I can with AI, I can be a coder. Okay. So watch this. I'm going to simulate. This is just the idea, right? But I think I can do it. Simulate a 99% pTGC price dump. Because did you guys see the tweet earlier this week? The guy's like, oh, pTGC this, it's going down, and you better, these guys, promoting the tops and blah, 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 and all this. And I'm like, you know what? Number one, he's probably trying to get pTGC to go down so he can fill his bags. Yeah. But he creates a bunch of FUD, and some of the sheep are, rattled, and I'm like, dude, you're either misbehaving, which is prosecutable, or you're just being a dink, like he might even understand we have Trump chained, what do you call it? Checkmated the chain. He might know that. Yeah. So anyhow, so I'm like, okay, what if pTGC goes down? What is it down in the last week? Maybe 25%, perhaps. What if it goes down 99%? 99% dump. Like, I want to simulate that, and I want to know what the rewards would be, because when the price goes down, but the volume would stay the same, right? In this simulation, the volume stays the same. Same volume, price comes down 99%. Okay, lots of rewards for reflections, lots of rewards for staking, right? Increased and a lot more burn. I was looking at the new website. I'm pretty sure it was the new website. There's a chart in there that goes it's talking about the burn the supply reduction of pTGC, going back to the very beginning, you should see it. Now I should pull it up. Because the first several days, we were burning a bucket ton. Why? Because volume was high. What was volume? I don't know. I just said that, but I don't know I don't know what the volume was. I want to find out now. Okay. I'm not going to write that down. If that's important, I'll remember it. But the point is, we burned a lot of tokens in the very beginning. We could do it again. And what's that mean? When you have a reduced supply, that means the value of the remaining tokens goes up. Okay. And then I got a bunch of other notes. And in addition to that, UFO burns 1% of pTGC. And what's the effect on price? What's the impact on rewards because of the circuit, on rewards because of the, if we could go back to the first few days and burn like we did the first few days, what would be the impact of the circulating supply? But not only that, the impact of your rewards relative to the circulating supply, because as that circulating supply decreases, your rewards increase. What would be the impact of your position? Do I need to close the screen down? Is my audio being ill affected at all? Anybody? If you guys can answer, I appreciate it. I'm just going to close one screen just to be safe. So that's an idea I've got. And what I want to do with the idea for UFO, I want to build it's a share rate calculator. I'm pretty sure I can do it. You can use ChatGPT for this stuff. You put in all the parameters, just all the stuff, right? Like my head is filled with all kind of Gray's currency stuff. It's pretty resourceful. I put in all the ideas. I tell it what I want, and I ask it, and I tell it, hey, if you got any questions, ask me. It'll ask me any questions. I'll answer them. And then boom, I can build a program, that will show me the share rate. You'll be able to drag and do stuff to forecast share rates. And I think I want to do that. So I got my notes. I just had to make it happen. All right. Let me get back to, what does a full locking ladder mean? Yeah. Okay. So like a full locking ladder would mean, I think he means, let me expand on that. You got it. Exactly. 2Gs. You got it. A lock in every tier, right? Your 90-day, you got your 90-day. Here, we'll pull this up real quick. I think you've seen this, Spectre, but just since we're on the topic, look at this. That's the tiers that 2Gs is talking about. Your 90-day, 1 to 2 year, 2 to 3, all the way to 9 to 10. And he built a full locking ladder. I did the same thing to where I have pTGC locks maturing every year. I didn't do it quarterly or semi-annually. I just did it annually. So I've got a lock ending at the turn of this coming year, which I'm pretty excited about because hopefully it will be worth a lot. Share rate calculator would be awesome. Yeah. And the main thing behind that, Polygon, it would be for it to forecast. Because, if I could get some more thoughts on it, I could build more into it. But the whole idea is, what is the value? What is going to be the value of the UFO shares that if you make a UFO pairing today, we know what the value is. What's the value in a year from now if Pulse does 100x? Let's say it's a UFO Pulse pair. Pulse does 100x and UFO does 500x. Something like that. What's the value of that pairing? That's my curiosity, and I could build a calculator. I know I could do it. Crypto Shark, thanks PB for keeping us going in bearish times. I got an opportunity to pack my bags. Yeah, man, you go, bearish shark. No, Crypto Shark, not bearish shark. Why did I call you bearish shark? Maybe there's a guy named Bearish Shark. If I were ever going to be attacked by a shark, I'd want him to be named the Bearish Shark. All right. Bitcoin is flying right now, guys. Look at this. I'm glad that made you laugh, dude. Bitcoin on the 4 hour. It's been pumping for looks like 24 hours. If 6 times 4 is still 24, yeah, it's been pumping for 24 hours. It's up, 3.9% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum is up nearly 11%. Let's look at it. I want to see it on the 4 hours. I bet it's the same thing, you know. Let's see, 246. Yep, been pumping. A little more volatile than BTC. But BNB, I'm really impressed with. Doesn't mean I'm going over there, guys. But look at that, man. For the last 4 months, BNB is up 100%. We will have our day, guys. Crypto Shark, Spectre, Polygon, 2Gs, Springer Bench. We're going to have our day. It's coming. But BNB is up just today in the last 24 hours is up 14%. PLS, it's up 6%. Technically. Yeah, it's all the reflexivity of the market, right? In the last 4 hours, what's it looking like for 4 hours? Come on, chart. It's not working for me for some reason. Can you guys hear me? How much pTGC, Springer Bench? How much pTGC or UFO do you need to be able to lock them up? You can lock up any amount, Springer Bench. You got a funny name. Springer Bench, right? Did I say that? Did I pronounce your name correctly? Springer Bench. Okay. You can't lock UFO up. So let's go back to the pTGC. You can lock up as much as you want. I bet you can even lock up fractions. I wonder if you can. When we get to the locking Springer Bench, got it. I bet you can even lock up fractions. When we get there, we can check it out. Does anybody know? Trivia question. Does anybody know what a fraction, the subunits of a pTGC token are? Does anybody know? And if you know what the subunit of a UFO token is, it's trivia time. Let me know what the subunit of a UFO token is, if you guys know. Some of the OGs, if you're paying attention, whenever I've mentioned it, which has not been often. Okay, so yeah, you can probably lock up as much as you want, and we'll talk about the advantages of locking. And I'll try to get through this so that we can get into the mechanisms, because I don't want to take all y'all's time, especially with Springer Bench and perhaps some other people in the chat that might need some more ecosystem help. That is the point of this. All right, let's go back to the charts, and then we'll get into the what we're supposed to be doing here. Let's see. pTGC is up 12%. So somebody, Springer Bench, is crushing it already. So, I mean, let's say you bought 4 hours ago, your bag is worth 4% more. Where else in the world but crypto can you get a return like that? Okay, that's pTGC, and our ratio against PLS. Let's look at it on the daily. We dipped down to 5.7. We are at 6.8 pulse per pTGC. And remember, guys, the ratio is very important. I didn't understand ratios when I came into this ecosystem. I learned about them since being in here. Zen has taught me. Experience has taught me. This time last year, you could swap pulse. It would cost you like 1.5 pulse or something like that at this time last year. Now it cost you 6 pulse, almost 6.2 pulse per pTGC. That means PTGC is outperforming PLS. So when you're pulling up your DEX screener or whatever, your DEX tools, whatever, and we all look at the price because that's what we can relate to. What's the dollar value of this token? Well, over in crypto, we also need to look at the value of this token versus other tokens. Because, I mean, here's the thing. Why hold Pulse if it's being outperformed by XYZ token, which is PTGC or UFO? Why hold any token that has a bond with PTGC that PTGC or UFO is outperforming? Why hold those other tokens? I have taken a chance and I have exited a lot of positions and gotten into the Grays currencies because they're outperforming. I'm just looking at my portfolio of this token over here that's not a Grays currency token and watching it be diluted over time and watching my bag of PTGC and UFO just go like this. I'm like, if I can get this over here, I can accelerate this. So long story short, look at the ratios because we're going to do this and look at the ratio over time. There we have it. That's how much it costs in PLS to get PTGC on the monthly. It is up since the second month, 27,000%. So unless I'm mistaken, and you can correct me in the chat, I'm streaming, so my brain ain't entirely working. But I think that means it costs 27,000% more PLS to buy PTGC right now. Does that sound right? Does that sound right? I want to ask on Spaces tomorrow. So why would I want to hold PLS? It's the gas token anyhow. And if you're LPing UFO and one of the RH tickers, even PLS, you earn PLS. So I earn PLS with my UFO LPs every single day. So I don't need to hold it. I have a lot of gas money. I have enough gas money. All right. So that's PTGC and PLS. Let's look at UFO. How is UFO doing? Sometimes UFO does really well. Sometimes it doesn't. That's on the daily. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah. Had a hard time, didn't it? What if? Here it is against WPLS. Let's look at it. This is the daily. It has lost ground today in the last few days against PLS. But what if? Okay, I've been told this. I'm not a TA guy, but I have heard and I've been told by credible sources that PTGC is difficult to do TA on. What if UFO is worse? That's what I hope. I do hope because it's not looking great. Okay, I got to be that guy that's going to tell you like it is because I do get really excited about things and maybe I can overstate a thing here and there. So I got to balance it out and just be able to tell you like it is. Like right now, UFO ain't looking that good. It doesn't mean I'm selling my UFO, or I would recommend that any of my friends would sell their UFO because in my opinion, UFO can, and I've seen it happen. Last fall, UFO, here, let's look at it. Last fall, UFO ran up bigly. Let's go. Look at that. Look at that run up from, well, woo, from, oh, wow, from the 11th of July. I didn't realize it. I mean, every single day, it's up. Let's just look at a snapshot in time and we'll stop right there. 1,700% in 4 months. Yeah. I mean, every single day. Tick, 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 tick. Up and to the right. So you don't think do you think that's not going to happen again? Absolutely, it's going to happen again. But caveat, anything can happen, okay? The sky could fall, all that stuff. But oh, did I show that to you guys? I want to make sure I got it. I don't think I was showing it to you. There you go. 1,700% from the 20th of July to the 27th of November. UFO was up and to the right. Oh, and that's in WPLS, which is, in my opinion, better. Let's look at it in USD. Hopefully it doesn't mess my chart up. I think it did. Whatever. I think you get the point. I think the point is it was up and to the right. And I actually, as long as PLS performs, I prefer up and to the right against the layer one PLS. Talk me out of it. I mean, I'm not a polished expert at this crypto stuff. I mean, I'm open to you guys' input. All right. I think it's chart time. Not chart time, it's teach time. Do you guys want to read what happened on Friday? We're 31 minutes into this. I was going to do this anyhow. You guys want to read with me? Hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to think where I would have put it. I thought I reposted it. Come on, Bray. Pull it together, man. All right, I'm going to find this. It's in my Telegram. Bear with me a second. Okay, cool. That motivates me. Always for a good read. Watch this, guys. Actually, let me go over here and get it. If I go to, hold on. Oh, did you guys read? I'm going to show you two tweets. Two tweets. Okay, I'll do the first one first. I used to ask my kids that. All right, we're doing these two things. You want to do the second one or the first one first? Do you guys get that? All right, check this out. All right, maybe you guys can help me understand what's happening here. Like Tails Dreams, tell me what did Liberty Swap not repost this today? Liberty Swap. Hey, Ethereum, PulseChain is coming for you. October is coming for you. October? When did they post this? Yeah, that's right, man. Look at that, B-Roots. Where are you, B-Roots? Yeah, I don't know about this. So that was just an interesting post by Liberty Swap. And if you guys don't use Liberty Swap, give them a try. If you're coming over, you can go from USDC on Ethereum to PUSDC on PulseChain like that. And then you can go from PUSDC. Actually, I think you can go from EUSDC to tokens on PulseChain. I'm pretty sure. We could look, but we won't take the time to do that. Let's do a read. Okay, what happened on the for the October 11th crypto crash? We'll probably read this on Spaces tomorrow too, but if you're not there, you get it here. I have not read this yet. What really happened? Okay. Caveat. I don't know this guy, Elon Trades, although I did start following him. And I don't know him. But, it's data points. If it's not factual, at least it's data points. Roughly $60 to $90 million of USDE was dumped on Binance, along with WBETH and Beaten Soul, exploiting a pricing flaw that valued collateral using Binance's own order book data instead of external oracles. That localized DPEG triggered 500 million to $1 billion in forced liquidations, cascaded into $19+ billion globally, and earned the attackers, I guess it was an attacker, earned the attackers about $192 million via 1.1 billion in WBTE and BTC ETH shorts opened on Hyperliquid hours earlier, but minutes after the Trump tariff announcement. It wasn't a USDE failure. It was Binance's design flaw timed with macro panic, Trump's tariffs for cover. Oh, I see. It's a confluence of two different things. What looked like chaos was actually a coordinated exploitation of Binance's internal pricing system, amplified by a macro shock and systemic leverage. The setup: 1. Binance's unified account let traders use assets like USDE, WBETH, and BN Sol as collateral. Instead of Oracle or redemption prices, Binance valued these using its own spot market, a majority voluntarily, vulnerability. On October 6th, Binance announced a fix to move to Oracle-based pricing, but rollout wasn't until October 14th, leaving an 8-day window. 2. The exploit. During that window, sophisticated actors manipulated Binance's order books, dumping $60 to $90 million of USDE, driving it to 65 cents on Binance only, still at $1 elsewhere. Because the unified account marked collateral to internal prices, this instantly wiped margin value and triggered $500 million to $1 billion in forced liquidations. Then Trump's 100% China tariff headline hit, magnifying panic and liquidity stress. 3. The profit engine. The same day, fresh wallets on Hyperliquid opened $1.1 billion in BTC ETH shorts, funded by $110 million USDC from Arbitrum-linked sources. As the Binance cascade unfolded, BTC and ETH cratered. Those shorts netted $192 million in profit before closing out at the bottom. Timing, precision, and funding paths all suggest coordination. 4. The contagion. Binance liquidations dumped BTC, ETH alts into thin books. Other exchanges mirrored the collapse through cross-market bots. Market makers hedged across venues were forced to unwind everywhere. The result? $19 billion global liquidations, with many alts down 50 to 70% intraday, all triggered by less than $100 million of manipulated collateral. This is a long article. How we doing, man? Good afternoon, Dosteezy. Who's at fault? What did we got? Number? Yeah, it was number 4. Binance. Design flaw plus delay in Oracle rollout equals the root cause. Okay, that was the root cause, was Binance. I'm curious to hear what Richard Hart might say about this. Exploiters executed and timed the manipulation, profited via external shorts. Athena, USDE, not at fault. Protocol stayed one-to-one collateralized. Redemptions normal. Peg held everywhere else. The aftermath. Okay. Binance admitted platform-related issues. I'm glad they fessed up. Promised compensation for affected margin futures loan users and rolled out minimum price floors plus Oracle integration. I did not understand any of that. USDE remained operational, and the incident is now a case study in how exchange-side pricing errors can trigger system-wide liquidations. The bottom line, a $90 million dump on Binance and a $1.1 billion leveraged short elsewhere sparked a $19 billion bloodbath. Not a stablecoin failure, but a masterclass in exploiting flawed collateral valuation during peak macro stress. Was that worth reading? Was that worth reading? Anybody? You can put a 1 in the chat if you want to. All right. Yo, guys, let's get into the text. The text sounds so like formal. What we're going to do, this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to walk through the Grays currency ecosystem from pTGC to UFO. And then we're going to do some moon math. It was worth it. Cool. We're going to skip some stuff because I want to get to the guts of things. You guys have all seen this before. You guys are such troopers. You're like, because I know most of the guys in here are there's nowhere else to go to learn about, to talk about pTGC and UFO, except for the Telegram. And it's pretty quiet lately. Guys, it will pick up. You know this, right? I mean, before we know it, we're going to be hopping. And we've seen our Telegram just hopping, crazy, fun, green candles. Everybody's excited, you know. It'll happen again. All right. pTGC and UFO are index tokens. I got my quote. I finally built it into this presentation. Listen, Charles Schwab, the old man, was quoted as saying, the goal of index investing is to own the entire market or a representative slice of it at the lowest possible cost. And you've got that with pTGC in your UFO. Springer Bench just got him a big old piece of Hex, Pulse, PulseX, and Ink at the bottom of PulseChain. So these tokens are index tokens. They're bonded. They're bonded with all the 4 cores, especially the 4 cores, okay, and other tokens. We got a bond with most token, which is a meme, Richard Hart's meme token. And we have, you can see them on secretobank.com. Go to secretobank.com and let's go there. I got to show you guys. I mean, there's so much value in this site. Let's just go to the pTGC one. And I'll show you how to use it real quick. You come here, secretobank.com, select volume, this tab right here, and then select pTGC UFO or the cores, which is pretty cool, or you can put in any other address and then check volume. And once you hit check volume, you will have this, which shows you all the pairs. Not technically all the pairs, but look. Here's your pTGC WPLS pair, the biggest pair, followed by the PulseX, and then Hex, Atropa, Teddy Bear, Most. There's your Most. And look at the liquidity on these pairs. Not exceptional today, but we've seen it much more. I'll get to your question in a second, 39 Joshua. And then here's the volume. You can see the volume for the last 24 hours. And here's the total volume. All this added up, right? And there's a little bit more, to be honest. And here's your total liquidity. Okay, so the pTGC is bonded with all of these tokens, and not just a little bit. It doesn't just have little tiny bits of liquidity, but 1.2 million. What happens when PLS does a 10x? 12 million. Okay, $500,000 in LP with PulseX, 450 with Hex. Atropa. I hear things are happening with Atropa. We don't know, but you hear little whispers. Teddy Bear. That's the OG Teddy Bear, by the way. Most token, your mom. That's not your mom. That's a token, your mom. Who came up with that? Which day does pTGC pay rewards? Because I've been holding the coin for a while, but I have not received any free airdrops in my personal wallet after holding the coin. Not sure if I should sell it. Hold the fort. Joshua. All right, this is what you want to do. Because I know that you have been earning reflections. Every single wallet, every single address that holds pTGC or UFO, except for the dead address and LP, if those are even addresses, they must be. LPs do not earn reflections, but everybody earns reflections. So this is what you need to do. Open up your wallet. Make sure it's refreshed, right? Make sure that it has the accurate count so you can refresh it, whatever you got to do to make that happen. And then write it down or screenshot it. Let's say you got 10 million tokens in there. This ain't going to be 10 million of that. Would be amazing. And then come back in an hour or maybe 24 hours and there will be more. And dude, if there ain't more, PM me. Because we're going to have to get on the phone and figure this out. Because the thing of it is that these contracts, I'm going to pull this down again. These smart contracts that pTGC and UFO are on, by the way, they've been audited. Okay. But better than being audited, they've been operating flawlessly for a number of months. Okay. And they're just code. Okay. These contracts are code and they're as flawless as the calculator in my hand. 6 times 6 is always going to equal 36. And 10 million pTGC in your wallet is always going to equal certain number of reflections based upon that position in the pool. You know, if you've got like 10 million would be like 3 squid positions. So whatever 3 squid positions earns in reflections, that's what you would earn. Okay, if that makes sense. I hope that helps, Josh. And let me know, let me know if that didn't help. As a matter of fact, if you're going to be here for the stream, go check right now. Let me know at the end of the stream if you have seen it change, because I know it will change. But if it doesn't, for some weird reason, it's a computer problem or an interface problem. If Pulse goes back to SAC price, what would pTGC price be? Are we supposed to get ahead? Are you tempting me to go get into the moon math section? Okay. For Springer Bench, we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate with Springer Bench by doing a little bit of moon math. If Pulse goes back to SAC price, what would pTGC price be? All right. Hold up, man. I got to log in to look into pTGC. All right, man. If it just goes back to SAC price. Okay. Let me get my moon math. Josh, 39 Joshua, did that help? Did that help? Let me know. My history would tell me past transactions and new coins received would have been there, but my total number of coins remain the same. That's the thing, is that the reflections in pTGC and UFO, that's one of the alien tech kind of things that we have over here in the Grays currencies. It doesn't show up as a transaction. It literally just shows up in I call it like a spooky alien tech sort of way. You're exactly right. You know, you'd see it in your transactions, but you don't. So you're like, I'm not getting my reflections. You are. I know you are. Just prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I don't. Yeah, please figure it out. I'm dying to know. Okay. SAC price. We need some opium. Yeah, we do. That's right, Polygon. Check your earn from holding on the DApp. Oh, I'm glad I saw that before I checked off. Secreto Bank. www.secreto. You are confirming, Mr. Shark, that you know why I like to enunciate clearly. There you go. But sometimes I don't. Secretobank.com. All right, now now this is the thing, guys. We're getting ahead. If pTGC in the last year has been up against PulseChain about 6x, because it costs 6 Pulse now per pTGC. Let's say bull runs over in, this ain't going to work out very well. I'm doing the math in my head. Let's say bull runs over in 6 months, and pTGC, since it took it a year to go 6x against PulseChain, let's be realistic and say it can only go 3x against PulseChain in 6 months, which I don't believe, because I have seen both of these little gems perform magnificently. When was it that it must have been in the February-March timeframe when pTGC, yeah, it was. pTGC went up. It was at 22.4% against Pulse. No, 22.4x against Pulse. So it cost 22.4 Pulse per pTGC back in like March, February timeframe. I think we're going there again before the end of this bull run. I really do. What all pTGC is waiting on is for PulseChain to wake up. But let's be realistic and just think kind of logically what's going to happen here. Okay, here's your answer, Springer Bench. It's just going to be a little bearish. So but I'll walk you through this. Here's the X's we're doing against PulseChain, and that's 3x Okay. Mind you, we've done 6x. We've been as high as 22 plus. And PulseChain is going to just sack price 0.001. So that would be, well, the calculator in the background is going to do it for us. That would put pTGC at just about a 10x. Yep, that's 10x. Because we're about a 3x to sack price. So you take that 3 and this 3, and that's about 9. And that gives you your 9.72 roughly. Did you guys follow that? All right, while we're here, and Polygon is right. Oh, extra PulseX. Extra PulseX is right. We do need some hopium. So I'm going to input into this calculator some hopium numbers. I'm going to guess. All right, watch this, guys. Before mailing campaign, I was at 100x for Pulse. I 5x'd that now. I'm at 500x for Pulse. We might do 1,000 or more. We're going to put 500x into this thing. I also think that pTGC is going to 5x against Pulse. I don't think it's just going to 6x or 20. It might 22x, which would be even better. But I think 5x is easy. That's just my opinion. So so you take the 5 times the 500, and that's 2,500x. Multiply 2,500 times the current price, and this little tool will do it for us. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. 5x times 500. What's it going to be? I'm going to guess it's going to be about, I'm guessing it's going to be about 30 cents. Let's see how. 47 cent pTGC. A 2,500x. 2,500x. That makes me want to just go all in on pTGC. Haha. I'm with you, dude. All right. Do this, guys. Springer Bench, if you need to reach out to me, if you need to DM me, you may do so. Because I'm gonna tell you, if you don't know how to do this, just reach out and I'll walk you through it directly. But you know how we're going through Deck Screener and showing the ratios? Do that for any asset you hold that has a thick bond with pTGC, whether it be cores or whatever. And but put it in, like if you're going to look at the Atropa, for example, pTGC has a pair with the Atropa. If you hold the Atropa, go to the pTGC Atropa pair, click on Atropa, and I'm pretty sure pTGC is up and to the right against Atropa. How much? I don't know. And then you got to ask yourself, should I be holding an entire bag of Atropa, or should I maybe flip a little bit into pTGC because it is being, over 2 years, it has been outperformed by pTGC. You know, 551x is what BNB did its first cycle. Wouldn't be surprised for Pulse to do some sweet stuff. Yeah. 551. Why is it 551? So funny how numbers shake out. Oh, guys, we are so behind, but I think we're going to get through. So they're an index token, and here is my representation of an index token. You got pTGC and UFO in the middle, they're actually an index of each other too, you know. So by holding like Springer Bench, you might be thinking, dude, I don't have any exposure to UFO. Well, yes, you do, because you're holding pTGC. pTGC has a very thick bond with UFO, and it loves UFO because UFO burns a lot of pTGC. But they're also bonded with all of these other assets, right? Your teddy bear, PulseX, Ink, Atropa, Hex, both Hexes, and others. And because you hold pTGC and UFO, you hold like a claim check. This is how Mando puts it. You got a claim check on all those other assets. Yeah, because you could, I mean, at this time last year, if you had sold your bag of Pulse, put it into pTGC, you could take your pTGC right now and go back into Pulse and have 6 times more. 6 times. Or you could take 5/6 of your 1/6 of your PTDC and buy all your Pulse back and still have your PTDC. That's how it's working. This crypto stuff is crazy. You was in Peacock this past week and made 4x in profits, and 5K of those went into PTDC. Got it. But I have about 10K more to invest from profits in Peacock into something worthy. Worthy. I'll do my best to convince you that the grays are worthy. I'm just having fun, dude. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. I'm just going to show you like what it is, right? Yeah. All right. Speaking of showing you, like, Prairie, get with the program. What's the difference between PTDC and UFO? Let's talk about it. They're both fee-based tokens. We know this. Springer Bench, you paid a fee when you got to PTDC. By the way, if you buy either of these tokens, make sure you buy them from a wallet you want to keep them on. Okay, they got a difference in fees. They got a difference in LPs. Like PTDC's LP is all burned. UFO's is user provided. And we're going to get into UFO after PTDC. Guys, we're going to spend a lot of time on PTDC, probably another 20 minutes. Then we'll get into UFO. Oh, dude. Yeah. How much is a shark position in UFO right now? You guys are, yeah, you guys. Here's Prairie Banana. He's always talking about personal accountability, and here I am blaming the crowd. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see a dolphin position. How many tokens is a dolphin position? And we'll look it up, or you can look it up and pop it in the chat for UFO. So here's the time frames that they've been around, and I haven't updated this slide in about a month. Here's the tokens burned and the number of wallets. Okay. Got that. That's the difference. And now look at the liquidity. PTDC, and again, this was August. We're in October, so it's about time to update my slides. PTDC, there's your liquidity. RH core liquidity in gold, and then the total in green. UFO has more liquidity with RH cores, and it burns 1% of PTDC. So yeah, we love UFO in PTDC land. Here's how the fees are broken up. PTDC, 2% goes to a DAO. We're going to talk about that in here in just a few minutes. 1% goes to holders. 1% goes to stakers. 0.5% burns PTDC. 0.5% pairs PTDC with Pulse and sends it to the dead address. Takes those LP tokens and sends them to the dead address. Okay, I think there's about 890. I think you got to get 89. Oh, man. I'm thinking about dolphin position. 890 million times 0.0. Oh, I can't think, man. How many tokens is in a dolphin position? All right, guys, watch this. We're going to take a little detour. It's field trip time through Prairie's spreadsheets, buying positions, because this is important. It's on topic. That's 91 million tokens. 91 million tokens is how many? Dude, $1,500. Thank you. Thank you, Extra Pulse. 15. Springer Bench, you can get a dolphin position in UFO right now for $1,500. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah, man. That would mean a shark position would be $15,000. Yeah, or maybe a couple dolphin positions. Whatever. I think those dolphin positions are going to be worth something. Okay, PTDC and UFO have what we call alien tech and superpowers. Here's PTDC's. Its alien tech is the AMM bots, and net inflow being greater than the outflow. Okay, watch this out. Watch this, guys. We get a little warm, so hold on. Been a rainy day. Okay, the AMM bots is what really got me hooked when I came into pTGC. I was like, you mean to tell me that the founder of pTGC he discovered a way to create built-in mechanical forever and ever demand that's like pays you mailbox money that you don't even have to take to the bank into your wallet every single day? And hopefully, Joshua, will you get back to us on whether you're able to see your reflections or not? That'd be wonderful. And I was like, yo, where else can we find this? And it's the AMM bots that are making that happen. It's the AMM bots that are forced to pay the fee. Like Springer Bench, when you got that big old bag earlier today and you paid the 5%, which on $5,000 ain't a small chunk of change. You had to throw $500. But it went into the system. Well, guess what? The bots are doing that. The bots are doing more than $5,000 a day, and they're spending more than $500 then on fees. And they do that without complaint. They do that without calling in sick. They do it faithfully every single day. And when I saw that, man, I was like, yo, this is amazing. We don't even technically need users in this ecosystem. We like users because users are our friends. You know, we get to hang out with them and presentations. So the AMM bots is a superpower. pTGC was the first protocol ever in crypto that I'm aware of to leverage AMM bots to provide to reward holders. And this is what happens. Okay, those AMM bots and users are paying the fee, the 5%. That goes to the DAO, 2%, when that's the decentralized autonomous organization that is always going to either buy and burn tokens, or it's going to add to LP. Okay, so 2% goes to the DAO, 1% goes to holders, 1% stakers, 0.5% burns tokens, and 0.5% builds the Pulse LP, right? And the AMM bots are doing that day in and day out. But here's the other thing too that got a little distracted there. You've got more coming into the system than is going out of the system. And then this next slide is my, let me make sure it's my next slide. Yes. Okay. Then you've got the other, the superpower, which is the locking, which we'll get into. But here is, you see that net inflow being greater than the outflow? Watch this slide. That means you got your 0.5% going into LP. That's positive for the system. It'll never go away. It's always going to be there. It cannot be rugged. 0.5% burns tokens. Those tokens can never come back into circulation. It reduces the supply. That's ecosystem positive. 2% going to the DAO. The DAO is always going to do something positive and beneficial for the ecosystem with that 2%. So you've got 3% going into the system and only 2% that can be extracted by the holders and the stakers. What does that mean? You've got a net positive coming into the system. What does that mean? You effectively have a forever going up in value token. pTGC is literally, can I just say it? Let me balance that by saying it's effectively, literally a forever up token. You got more coming in than going out of the fee, of the 5% fee. But you got that churn every single day. You know, you got that volume. What's the volume today? $64,000. Last year at this time, it was like $25,000 or whatever it was. All right, let's move on. We talked about the fees. Okay, here's the thing. Before we get into the DAO, I want to talk about rewards and volume. So these are volume and volatility based protocols. The higher the volume, the greater the volatility, the more the rewards. We had a lot of volatility in the last few days, so we got rewarded a lot. And because the price was down, we got rewarded even more because we got more tokens. And price recovers, those tokens are going to be worth more. I need a sip, guys. So as volume goes up, rewards increase. Okay, that's pretty simple. But as price goes up, okay, if volume stays the same but price goes up, your rewards will stay level, stay the same because the volume is the same. But you'll get those rewards in fewer tokens. Price goes up, fewer tokens for rewards. Price come down, more tokens in rewards. And I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I can state it a different way. Just let me know in the chat. Okay. So what separates pTGC from all the other tokens on PulseChain? What separates pTGC? It's the DAO, the decentralized autonomous organization. And if you're in the DAO, all the stakers are in the DAO. If you're a staker, that means you can vote on proposals. If you're in the top 100 stakers, you can submit proposals. And the proposals are voted on by all the stakers. And it's always going to be like add LP or burn tokens, almost always. And so here's what the DAO allows pTGC to do and be is like a ship on the sea where it can circumnavigate. It can go here, there, and everywhere, but a train on the track can only go forward and back. That's what separates pTGC from other tokens on PulseChain. Okay, there you go. All right, guys, we are moving into the DApp, the DApp section of this presentation. Ask any questions. You got questions, I will drop everything and answer your question. By the way, and I do want to hear, man, it's bothering me. Joshua, 39 Joshua, check in. Come in, 39 Joshua, come in. Let me know if you've been able to see your reflections, if you would. I'm not being funny, but I'm probably looking pretty funny, aren't I? Now, when you stake tokens, you're going to see your tokens in your wallet because this ain't Hex. This is different. You're going to see your tokens. Don't try to transfer your tokens or sell your tokens just because you see them in the wallet before going to the DApp and making sure they're not staked because they might be staked. And then don't try to transfer any more that aren't liquid. If that makes sense. Don't try to sell or move staked tokens because it won't work. The contract won't let you. We see it all the time in the chat. People are like, "Hey man, this is a scam coin. I can't sell these tokens." You're probably staked, dude. Like, matter of fact, 100%, you're staked. And they might fight it for a while, and finally they come back like, "You're right, I was staked." Like, we know that. We've seen this so many times. Okay, it's DApp time. You guys ready? You guys ready to get into the DApp? You should be asking me if I'm ready. Are you ready to get into the DApp? No. Actually, I'm not. I'm getting there, though. Just bear with me, guys. I'm going to have to go close my blinds unless we get some clouds because it will warm this room up in a quick minute. And get my wallet. I have an experimental wallet that I have 1 million pTGC in that is locked. It's staked. And then I locked it for 10 years. And I get a lot of very interesting information from it. You guys are being quiet in the chat now. You're making me nervous. Are you guys still there? Nobody has reposted this on Twitter. I did notice that. It's okay. It's all right. It's quiet. It's quiet. Just wait, man. In a month or two, who knows what this thing will be. All right, man. We're stacking up yield in this 1 million pTGC. 1 million pTGC. Working on becoming dolphin for UFO. I'm still here. You're still here. Okay. Cool, man. That's awesome. Back in the day, there was a guy. he was one of my buddies. He was all excited about the Grays currencies, and he was in the chat, and he was like, yeah, now, I couldn't do this for you now, Springer Bench, but he was like, yeah, I just want to be a dolphin. And I was like, I PM'd him like, dude, if you send me your wallet, I'll level it up. And I did, man. He's a dolphin. I mean, as long as he still holds it, because you get a sense from some people where they're at in their journey. And he was so excited. I just wanted to be a blessing to him, It was just a little bit. It was like $50 or something to me at the time, or whatever it was, But now a dolphin is a whole lot more. Here's another story. You guys know, maybe I shouldn't use his name. No, I will. He's my friend. He just laughed. Cryptographics. Back in the day, he told me about PGDC. And after I got into it, I was like, hey, did you get any of this? He's like, no. I said, I'll send you $1 million. I'll send you $1 million. You can just check it out. It was $20 worth at the time. He turned it down. At the top, so far at the top, it was worth $1,000. Yeah, in a month or two, yeah, the chat won't be quiet. Yeah, and I'll have to stay on topic probably a little more too. Tales Dreams. Never asked, but what got you originally into streaming PTDC? That is a fair question. And we'll get into that here in a second. So what got me into streaming about PTDC was Coach was streaming at the time when I came in. Nobody else was. There was a little more YouTube activity back then. It's really gotten quiet about PTDC on YouTube a lot, like really quiet. which could be an indication of what's coming, right? I was like, okay, back up. When I got into Hex, I was like, yo, this is it. Hex. At the time it was. When I got into PTDC, I was like, same thing, like, whoa, I can just stop right here. I was a little delusional still, and I got into some other stuff, for the next 9 months until I got my head on straight. But I was like, yo, this is good stuff. Why aren't more people talking about it? So I kind of got involved in the community, and I ended up streaming about it. And then I didn't do a lot of streaming about it though, really. But at the beginning, the founder wanted to do spaces on X. And I think after our first spaces, he's like, can you stream that on your channel? And he and I had already streamed a few times. And so we did that. We stream the spaces on my YouTube channel. And I'm trying, I look at my channel as a conduit, as a place for my community, the community I'm involved in, the Grays community, to just communicate. Because what else is there? Coach isn't streaming Grays stuff anymore. And so I'm like, I can do it. I can do this. Okay. Even though I am naturally an introvert. Was that the founder you were talking to yesterday on live? I want to make sure yes, it was. It was. Have you found your reflections? I'm really curious. Yeah, his name is Zen, and we'll be on Spaces again tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, he's my friend. Great guy. One of the best founders in crypto. One of the, if not the best founder in crypto. One of those guys, if you loan him your car, he's going to bring it back. He's going to bring it back with a full tank of gas and washed, Oh, you haven't seen him yet? All right. I'm dying over here. You're long on the Prairie Banana channel. Thanks, Polygon. I'm guessing the tokens are supposed to be held in a specific wallet and not your private wallet. I am having a hard time understanding that. Okay. This might be what you're getting at, but it might not be. I'm guessing it might not be, but I'll take a shot at it, and then we'll get to that. Okay, let me tell you how this works. The reflections come into our wallets every day. The reflections do, and that's for pTGC and UFO. Spooky alien tech way. They literally just appear. You can just hit refresh on your screen and you'll see a little increase. Unless there wasn't any transactions or something. But the staking rewards, like if your tokens are staked, those will need to be claimed. We're about to get into that. Yeah, let's do it. Do it. All right, here's where you can stake your pTGC. So you can earn 3 streams of passive income with pTGC. You can hold it, you can stake it, and you can lock it. We're going to talk about all 3 of them. Well, the holding is pretty simple. You can't get around it. You will earn reflections. The staking, that's a choice. Let's do it. If you hold liquid tokens, click on the stake button. After you've thought about it, because there is a commitment. There's no time commitment. Like your staking is however many tokens you want that you hold for however long you want, and you don't need to pick a time. You can withdraw or end your stake at any time. You can have 1 stake per wallet, by the way. But when you do end your stake, you're going to pay 1% to all the other stakers. And that's 1% of your principal. 1% of your principal. The ROI time on your 1%, it could be a while. The last time I looked at it, when I was writing my book, I came up with somewhere between 100 and 200 days for sideways, if you're in a sideways market. It could be, and it depends really on 2 things: your volume and price appreciation. Like, what did you buy the tokens at? Have they appreciated since they've been in the stake? What kind of rewards have you earned? What's the volume been that's led to those rewards since it's been in the stake, for your ROI? But I am still staking my tokens. I staked tokens last Sunday, matter of fact, because I want every single token that I can get, because that's how much I believe in these tokens, in the potential of these tokens. Okay, just tell me how frequently the rewards pay out. Is it daily or am I checking too soon? No, sir. The rewards will pay out actually like every minute of every day, or maybe not every minute. All right, maybe this will answer some of your question. Let's take another detour and then I think we're done with staking. We'll get to locking. So watch this. pTGC is up 12% per day today. Woo-hoo! Ethereum's up 13%. All right. We are paid, Joshua, on volume. And here's the volume for the pTGC WPLS pair. There was a buy 1 minute ago, $19.11. There was a $471 mine buy 15 minutes ago. So, like, for example, let's call this a $500 transaction. He's going to pay $50 in fees on that transaction. That was 20 minutes ago. You will be rewarded out of that $50 in fees. You'll be rewarded out of, what would it be? It would be $20. $10 that goes to holders. Is that right? Yeah. Did I say $50? Yeah, 50. Oh man. What's 5% of 400? Yeah, it'd be $25. $25. So 1% of that $25 goes to holders, 1% goes to stakers. So you got paid out of that 1% as a holder, out of that transaction right there. And there are other pairs that have transactions. So that was 20 minutes ago. So that pTGC was sent to your wallet. Now, depending on how much came to your wallet, it might not, because there are, I don't know how many, let's look at it. How many decimal points to the right? How many digits to the right of the decimal point can we see? We can see 3 points. Well, for staking, locking, and there's held also right there. So connect your wallet to this site, pulsetgc.com. And this is like 3/1000ths of a gray. You guys didn't answer me. This is called a gray. The subtokens are called a gray. Or is that 3/100ths? Tens, hundreds. That's three. I think that's 3/1000ths. So you would see it reflected right there. I think that's how it works, dude. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I mean, you should just hit refresh and you're going to see it. And when you see it, you're going to be like, yeah, it's cool. I remember seeing it the first time. And when I came into pTGC, I was like, wow, this happens all day long. Yeah, it does, man. So let me know if you need any more help. I'll try to figure out a different way. Okay, so that's the second way you can earn. And your staking will, let's see, your staking will be shown right here. There's my total staked. Now, if you want to lock, you need to, let's talk about the rewards, shall we? Because there are rewards. Like I have not scraped, this is just $1 million. I have not scraped these rewards since the February 10th of this year. So I've earned 9,037 pTGC since February 10th this year. If I want to claim those rewards, I can do it right here. Hit the claim button. Now these rewards are sitting in the contract. They're just sitting in the contract. And you can, and when you claim them, they go from the contract to your wallet. And Hernandez, Joshua, they start earning reflections. So if you have stake tokens that earn rewards, you claim them, they go to your wallet from the contract to your wallet, and they start earning more reflections. So it's like compounding. So that's pretty cool. And I would not claim any more than about once per week because it's really not going to be an effective use of your gas money or your time. I mean, in my estimation, I have excuse me, I have in mind to do a little experiment about that. But I mean, if you did it daily, go to ChatGPT and ask it, if I'm earning X amount of tokens every day and I claim every day and I add, is it really going to help me after a year? How much more am I going to have? And ChatGPT would be like, survey says, don't do that. Maybe once a week. That's, but that's what I do. And I have done that. I've run that experiment a few times. Okay, Spectre first. Where can I see the locking ladder? In your wallet. I'll show you one, dude. Watch this. I'm going to pull up I have this other guy's wallet here. I'll show you a locking ladder. You're about to see a locking ladder. All right. Now this is my experimental wallet right here. We'll let this populate. Here's a locking ladder. Now this guy, these locks end in 2026, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, a bunch in 33. Looks like he has 10-year locks and they're broken up into multiple locks. That's pretty smart. And then some 90-day locks. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. There you go. There's the locking ladder, Spectre. I hope that helps, man. I think you're probably looking for something different. And maybe that wasn't what you were expecting. Let me get my other wallet back, and then we'll get over to Joshua. And then we'll get back to the DApp here. Mines aren't staked or locked, so that's probably the problem. No. My tokens are just simply in my wallet. Yeah. That's not a problem. Not a problem. You don't need to be in the staked club or the locking club to earn reflections. You're earning your reflections. Screenshot. Do you have the ability to see the tokens in your wallet? Screenshot it. Screenshot your balance or write it down and then come back in an hour. You will have more. I'm telling you. I hope you're laughing with me, dude. I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun too, man. We don't got to be that serious. Not around here. Okay. That was the staking. Let's go to the locking. This is where you really got to, okay. Staking is 1% fee, 1% penalty. Okay. That goes to all the other stakers when you end your stake, whatever. It's 1%. Okay. But locking, on the other hand, it's a time commitment. You can do that locking ladder, Spectre. And what else? But if you, and you can unlock early, right? Or you can unlock before your time. You're just going to pay 30% to all the other lockers. That's a heavy penalty. So locking, in my opinion, needs to be proceeded with very deliberately. Okay. And I've got a lot of tips about locking. So hold on. And then we're going to get into UFO. This moon math, we're getting out of here, guys. We're going to draw this to a close. It just takes time. All right. You can have, remember, one stake per wallet, multiple locks. You just saw it in another wallet, multiple locks. Here's how you do it. You have to be staked first. And then you come down here and you go and click on this button here, lock. Now, I don't have any tokens that aren't staked in this wallet. They're all staked and locked or in the contract. No, they're not all staked. Whatever. I'm confusing myself. That's because partly because I'm streaming. The nice thing about streaming is it's an excuse. If you're having brain problems, I'm streaming. You can have multiple locks. My recommendation is, and they got to be staked in order to be locked. My recommendation is that you, after you've thought it through and you decided, okay, I'm going to go on with this locking thing. If you got a big old bag, break it up into multiple locks. Why jeopardize 30% of one big bag when you can break it up into maybe several different bags? And that way, if you decide you really need that capital and you got an emergency end lock, you're paying 30% of a smaller bag. Make sense? Okay. What else? What else is there? I know there's a lot more. You can harvest your yield just like you can with staking. Okay, by selecting the claim button. And these tokens, just like the stake tokens, are sitting in the contract. As soon as you claim them, they'll go to your wallet and start earning reflections. Okay. Let me look at my notes, and then we're going to, well, let's look at the locking. Here, I'll pop up the locking ladder while I look at my notes. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, we got to talk about that. Okay, there's the locking ladder. You see those percentages? That's the percent that you keep. So in the DApp, let me pull this down. In the DApp, this number right here, this 5886, this is a 10-year lock. So when I claim it, all of those tokens are going into my wallet. But if this were a 90-day lock, for example, 55% of those tokens would go to my wallet and 45% would go to the dead address. So of all the locking ladders, the only one that all of it goes to your wallet is the 10-year lock. The rest, the rest of that percent goes to the dead address, reducing the supply. Now, when you're setting up this dude, who was it? Who set up the big old locking ladder? Who set up the lock? Was that Polygon? I think it might have been Polygon. Did you do the trick where you locked one day into the next higher tier if you're still here? Because that is a trick. You can earn from the next higher tier by locking a day or maybe a week to be safe into the next higher tier. and then you start earning from that tier. It was you. And you did that, right? You locked into the next, like just a few days in the next higher tier. I think you mean yes. That's cool. A week. Perfect. Yeah, man. I love that. Did you learn that from me? Don't lie. don't fib just to make me happy, but I'm curious. I think that must mean did you learn that from me? That'd be cool, man. No, you didn't. I'm just kidding. Maybe I learned that from you. But I inspired you. That's good, man. All right. So oh, that's cool. So you can lock a few days into the next tier and earn from that tier. Like why not? Why locked in a full 10 years when you could lock 9 years and 7 days like Polygon did and earn that 100% sweet yield in a sense, and then get access to that lock through 358 days earlier, not have to wait an additional 358 days. Okay, so locking next higher tier. Don't lock a big bag. Locking ladders. Like what I've done is like in my locks, I did 88% 10-year locks, 8% locking ladder, like Polygon did today every year, and then 4% in 90-day locks. Because the 90-day locks are going to be like my profit for this cycle. That's my intention. It's the 90-day locks. So they're almost like a second category to me. Can you see the different tiers that 2Gs was talking about? Yes. They're right here. See that time lock tier system? There it is. Yeah, that's it, man. If you need that image, just screenshot it. Okay. All right, man. Are we done with locking? Are we done? No. The early unlock penalty goes to all the other lockers. We're going to see that in the moon math here in just a minute. How it's a superpower. pTGC's superpower, it only has one, is locking. We're going to see it in the calculator. Wait till you guys see this. All right, now we got to talk about the differences between holding and staking and locking. Hold up. I got to get a sip. Okay. When you hold and stake pTGC, you're earning based on volume. Volume go up. Reflections and staking reward goes up. All right. Locking is very different. Locking is number one, it's completely dependent upon humans. Like Polygon, you're depending on me to unlock my tokens. I'm expecting you to unlock your tokens. It's like a game of Russian roulette or King of the Hill. King of the Hill. We'll see who holds out. Who holds out to the end the best. Polygon. So no, when people unlock their tokens, that's the only time you're going to get rewards for locking. But this is the difference. Okay, if you're holding tokens and you're staking, unless you're Joshua, you still here? Have you found out whether you're getting your reflections yet or not? Killing me over here. Let's say you earn $1 worth of reflections and staking rewards in a day because the volume has been great. You earn $1 worth of reflections, but then you didn't earn any lock-in rewards. Okay. But let's say a year from now, the volume is hopping, the contract, the network's hopping, and you make $10 in holding and reflection rewards. You make $10 because the volume 10x'd. Okay, that's great. $10. Cool. but there was a big unlock too. But in that time, between now and a year from now, the price 100x'd. So the price 100x'd and the volume 10x'd. Okay. So how do I put this? The tokens that you're earning are now, from unlocking, are now worth 100x more. How do you put it? Let's just do the calculator. Let's just get through UFO, and I'll show you in the calculator how this works. You'll see it. You got it? Cool, Spectre. Step by step. No, inch by inch. Life's a cinch. There we go. So I didn't do a very good job today of talking about the difference between reflections and staking and locking rewards. Just tuck it under here for a few minutes from now that locking rewards are spectacular. Let's do UFO. All right. The one standout thing that I want to say about UFO, two standout things. One, watch out. UFO, in my opinion, could impress. Two, if you LP UFO, you're not going to earn any reflections. So what a lot of us have done is we hold some and LP some so we can get both, right? So, and dolphin position, as we just figured out today, $1,500 for a dolphin. Only $1,500 for a dolphin. Yeah, man. Okay. Same DApp, PulseTGC.com, UFO token right here. Click it. Now, if you want to LP, select UFO liquidity pools. We're going to come back to here after we make our LP. UFO liquidity pools. You have 7 pools to choose from. I do not LP this one, the UFO pTGC. Why? Because these tokens are not whitelisted. You will pay the fee for each of them going into the pool and coming out of it. There's one other pool to be aware of, which is the UFO Pulse pool. You will pay the UFO fee exiting that pool. But you can, and then you can LP any of these pools. They all reward the same. It doesn't matter what token you LP with, they're all going to reward the same. And on the back end, because it's built on top of PulseX V2, you're going to be earning those PulseX V2 fees. You must LP from this DApp or a DApp in order to get your LP rewards. Okay. Let's go back. So let's say you do want to LP some Pulse and UFO. You just open that up, select add liquidity. Boom. Add both sides of the pair. And then add new liquidity. Sign it in your wallet, and you'll have an LP position. Then what I would do if I were you is I would go to, and if you want to remove it, here you go. And what I would do is I would come back here, UFO token, and now I want to go see it. UFO PLP rewards. And then scroll down here and you'll be able to see it in right here. Okay. And I actually have one. All right. But let's look at this high level. First, this is how much this wallet has earned in reflections. 50,000 UFO for holding a million UFO for like 18 months or whatever. It has earned 60,000 PLS. And here is the only LP that's on here. And obviously you can claim, if you have multiple LPs, you can claim them all by selecting that button. Right now, there is something very, very important about UFO. You remember, UFO and pTGC have their own superpower. pTGC's superpower is the locking. UFO's superpower is the share rate. And it also has another one, which is its thickest liquidity is with pTGC. But let's highlight the share rate right now. The share rate, let me show you where you can find it, is right here, UFO shares. This wallet has 1 million UFO shares. That is because I put 1 million UFO into an LP. So as you would guess, UFO shares are 1-to-1 with UFO. 1 UFO in an LP equals 1 UFO share. Now I'm going to segue over to Tails Dreams. He was just thinking one day that 1 million pTGC isn't going to be able to be called a test wallet. I know. I was thinking that same thing when I was walking just a few minutes ago. I was saying it's only $1 million pTGC. Well, it's like several $100s now, or a couple hundred, whatever it is, maybe $150, $180. Yeah, man. It was $20 when I set it up. I was like, hey, this UFO LP, when I set it up, I did $1 million. I did the same thing, $1 million. It was $3 worth of UFO. I just like the nice round number. It was $3. And now what is $1 million UFO worth? I got to find out since I opened my mouth. UFO is up 5.5% today. $1 million UFO is it's now $17.50. Okay. I love crypto. I need a lot more pTGC to be able to do a complete ladder lock. Working on it though. Okay, man. You go, man. That's cool. I almost had a thought on that. Yeah. Okay. Here's my thought on this, Spectre. Well, okay. Two things you can do with this. You could do what I did in my first 9 months in pTGC. I put everything in 90-day locks. I mean, I dollar cost averaged, and I put it all in 90-day locks until I figured out what I wanted to do for locking. That might or might not work at this point in the cycle, meaning 90 days puts us, let's see, almost to the end of the year. When is the bull run going to end? I don't know. Do you want to have pTGC locked up, at the end of the bull run? It's all up to you. I'm just giving you some ideas. So you could do the 90-day locks as your dollar cost average in, or you could hold it liquid while you figure this out and then lock them all up. The thing you're missing out on would be the yield of the 90-day locks. However, here's another thought, Spectre. Nobody's unlocking right now. As number goes up, we suspect that people are going to be unlocking. I think people are going to be unlocking. So, but that's when you could dollar cost average, get your tokens now. And then as we go up, as I think we should, hopefully, probably might, maybe do, then you figure out your plan, lock it up, man, to get those rewards. Yeah, that's some ideas for you. I hope that helps. UFO shares. So if you put 100 million UFO into an LP, you're going to have 100 million UFO shares. So what are those things? What are UFO shares? They are your guarantee of yield. Your UFO shares is your bookmark. It's your position of the LP pool. The UFO shares do not change. The only way they would change is if you undid your LP, because like this 1 million UFO shares, there's only like 400,000 UFO in there right now. So literally, if I unpaired it and repaired it up, I would have 400,000 UFO shares, not 1 million. That'd be less than half. That'd be less than half of the rewards. Okay, so the UFO shares, as we suspect that the UFO shares are going to become very valuable. What was I going to say about that too? Oh, there's a sneaky thing that you can do. I helped a buddy do this a few weeks ago. Have you guys noticed EHEX running up? All of a sudden, EHEX will just be going bananas, and everything else will just going sideways. Well, if you had, for example, LP, UFO, and EHEX a couple weeks ago, and instead of UFO running up against HEX, which causes there to be less UFO in the pool because people are buying UFO out of the pool. So conversely, they're buying HEX out of the pool and depositing UFO. So if that's happening, then like, for example, my 1 million UFO pair with PLS, for example, if PLS, let's just say PLS goes on a run and I have more UFO in that LP, I can unpair that LP, repair it, and maybe have more UFO shares. Meaning, let's say I'm backing up in my illustration. Pulse runs up, and now I have more than 1 million UFO in that LP. I've got 1.5 million UFO in that LP. Like, whoa, man, I can unpair this thing, pair it back up, and have 1.5 million UFO shares instead of 1 million. That I did that one time with my ink when ink ran up last year. Yeah. So keep an eye on these assets. If you have a pair with them, you can increase your shares potentially. It's sip time, guys, and we're almost. I think we're about almost done. Yeah, man. Okay, one thing I want to get into before we get into the moon math is both of these assets, guys, are they're deflationary. Okay, you know that probably. So the circulating supply will never inflate; it will always deflate. You hold a principal amount. You and I. Okay, and this is the circulating supply. It's always diminishing. Your principal amount is always going to be increasing relative to the decreasing circulating supply. In addition to that, so what that means is your position, that dolphin position we were talking about. Well, you're always increasing in position as long as you don't sell any principal. What that means is you're also always going to be earning more yield. As long as you do not sell principal, you will always be earning more yield. You can sell all of your yield. It's not going to affect your principal. You can sell all of your yield every single week, month, year. You'll always be earning more yield, and you're not going to hurt the price because every single token is backed up by value in the LP because of how the system is set up. Okay, I hope I explained that correctly. All right, hold on. So, I was trying to, sometimes I forget, but I try to emphasize that these are the golden goose of crypto. They're cash flowing machines. They reward in tokens that are valuable. Notice pTGC doesn't reward in XYZ token. Because why not just hold? If token A rewards in token B, what does that say about token A? Think about it. Why not just hold token B? Token B is so special. It needs to be rewarded. Why not just hold that and not token A? Okay. So be careful of killing the golden goose, because once you kill the goose, no more eggs. Okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to wrap my life around the eggs. Okay. You guys follow what I'm getting at? All right. We're going to moon math, boys and girls, and we're right on time. It's like I got a tempo with this thing, Moon math. And by the way, guys, you can go to look into ptgc.com for yourself. Oh, and another, by the way, gc.com. Let me get the www in there so you guys can copy it. I'm going to be making a series of videos. I'm going to do a pTGC series of videos. I'm going to do a full ecosystem walkthrough. I'm going to do a lot of videos, several videos. One is going to be like a full-blown pitch that you guys can send to your friends. And guess what? Crypto Bella is going to help me with this. We're going to do it together. And then I'm going to do like an introduction to pTGC, what it is and all that. And then we're going to do this presentation right here. I think we're going to do this presentation right here. I've got a list of videos, and it's going to be in a playlist on my YouTube channel. Okay. So I'm excited about it because it's going to be a resource for us to give to others. And it will be a resource for others when they come in, when we're stacking up, when we're no longer just doing 200 new wallets in a month, but we're doing 2,000 wallets or 1,500 or whatever wallets in a month, because it's coming. And so I'm getting ready. We're going to have this ready on the on my YouTube channel, God willing, real soon. I got shirts. The shirt should be back from the embroiderer here in a couple days. Her dog was sick, and I think her dog probably is going to die. So that kind of put the brakes on things. And so maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe I'll have a UFO and pTGC embroidered shirts, polo shirts, and then my book. I uploaded the book, guys. The Gray's Currencies book. I ordered a copy on Friday. So hopefully I'll have that by the end of this week. I'll review it. If it's good, I'll publish it and everybody can have a link, go buy one. If it needs some revision, I'll get the revisions done. I'm hoping it's just perfect. All right, back on moon math. Okay, I think we did this enough. That was that moon math. Now let's go to the reflections calculator. pTGC, we're going to do 100 million. Well, let's do 10 million. No, we're going to celebrate if he's not, whether he's here or not. We're going to celebrate with, who's that gentleman? Springer Bench, 5 million. Springer Bench got 5 million pTGC today. We're going into experimental mode. Let's say at $5 million in volume, what kind of yield can he expect? 84 cents. That's the daily. His daily yield would be 4,365 pTGC. Yearly would be $308 for 5 million. And that's that. And mind you guys, when you're earning tokens down here, like this, what was it? 4,365 tokens. You're like, it's only 84 cents. I get it. It's only 84 cents. But there it sits in your wallet because you're a big boy and you didn't touch it. And then it went and did 100x. What's 84 cents times 100? That's $84 that you just made in one day for doing nothing. But letting stuff sit in your wallet. $84. That's at 100x. What is this little guy going to do? We just saw where if pTGC moves against PulseChain at a 5x and PulseChain does a 500x, it does 2,500x. So what's 25 times 84? $2,100 sitting in your wallet from one day's yield at $5 million in volume. You got to have the volume, $5 million of it. And that's pTGC. Let's look at UFO. And you get about 4 times as much UFO supply versus pTGC right now. At $5 million in volume, you would earn $3.37. Okay, for UFO. I think I can tell you guys are getting tired. I think I can tell I'm getting tired. All right, you guys ready for the locking calculator? What do you guys want me to put in for a dollar amount? I think I'm going to put in $1. What do you want me to put in? If you guys want me to put in any number of locked up pTGC, let me know. We're going to do in honor of, what's his name? Here, I got a 50s brain here, okay? Springer Bench, 5 million pTGC. Check this out, Springer. Still watching? I think this actually is 132 billion that's locked up. This is the amount that's unlocked every month on average, at least last year. And let's say you have 5 million locked up. Oh. And the price is now $1. Who was asking about locking? Somebody was talking about locking. Spectre was one of them. Okay. And let's say you're in 10-year locks. You got really excited and you just locked them all up. You would earn 4,476 tokens that are worth $1 each in that month period. $4,475 for locking up 5 million tokens, guys. 5 million tokens for 10 years. What if you did, what if it's all in 90-day locks? $2,461 of pure yield from other unlockers. And you're in 9-day locks, which would be mature in 90 days. And what was I going to say? I was going to say something and I totally forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, whatever. Oh, as we go up in the cycle, like I said, we really think, and we're going to see this. We're going to track the data on it. How many people, how much tokens are unlocked in any given month? All right, you want to see the track data? Watch this, guys. We're going to go to here. This is my big spreadsheet where I track all my Grays stuff. Watch this, guys. You guys are getting tired. I can tell. I'm getting tired. We're almost done, guys. Just a couple more slides and we'll be out of here. Okay. See this column right here? That's how much was unlocked. And this is actually, this is so far in October, but I can't change the date. Otherwise I might mess myself up. This is October, 270 million unlocked so far. This was September. That was basically August, July. And so what's the average of that? The average is 196 million. So not too far off from half. Okay, less than half. It's different every month. You guys get the point. It changes every month. Right. I got to advance through some slides. All right. What's happening, guys, with PulseChain? Where are we? pTGC and UFO are fine-tuned machines. They're like a Lamborghini sitting at the stoplight. We're barely idling, guys. But we're going to be smoking the tires here in a minute. Look at this. That's what's going to happen when PulseChain wakes up. All right, guys. If you like this presentation, wait a second. If you guys like this presentation and you want to go join the Space Force, go join the Space Force. And where's my slide? There it is. There's my slide. Go to secretobank.com, upload your profile picture, download your new one, adjust it and all that stuff, and then pop it up on your Twitter, Telegram, and YouTube. Join the Gold Circle Space Force. You are hereby invited, encouraged, recruited into the Gold Circle Space Force. And why is that important? That shows unit strength. Yep, unit strength. So, and it gets our brand branded in people's minds all across PulseChain and across crypto. Guys, we're just at 2 hours. It was fun. It was real fun. We'll do it again next Sunday. Keep crushing it. Stay positive. Stay in the Telegram. Rub elbows with your buds. Be here next Sunday. I'm glad this stream seems to help. And hopefully we get, let's have a quick look, like what's happening over here, guys. Green candles all across the board. Look at my watch list. Here's pTGC on the 4 hour. Yo, guys. Yo. Look at that. Yoo-hoo. Yeah, man. It's the 4 hour chart. We're up from 3 hours ago, 18%, guys. 18%. All right, Springer Bench. Appreciate you, Polygon. What if Pulse goes to 0.0005? Look at this rally, man. This is wonderful. pTGC is leading the charge at 16.5%. There you go. pTGC. I hope you guys all get to experience, and I think you all will get to experience a good full-blown pTGC run. Springer Bench. If Pulse goes to let's do the X factor of 5. I think did I pick a token? There we go. X factor of, let's do 10. I'm going to do 10. I'm going to get really bullish. pTGC has already done 22x against Pulse. I think it can do 10. Now, if Pulse goes to 5x above SAC price, let me get my cursor in there. Why is it not working? Oh, it's just being slow. Calculate. Yeah, 305. That would be a 158x, 3-cent pTGC. Springer Bench, I'm going to tell you how you can do this real easy. Took me a while to figure this out. How many X's can pTGC do against PulseChain? 5, 10, 20. What is it? What do you think? And you can go look at the history. And then how many X's do you think PulseChain can do? And you can take that 0.0005, divide it by the current price, and that would be the number of X's. Take those X's times the 5, 10, 20, or whatever you pick. And that's your number of X's. So it's if it was a 10X times let's say a 30X in Pulse, that'd be a 300X. Take 300, multiply that times the current price. And that would be the future projected hypothetical price. Hope that helps. All right, guys, we're going to shut it down. Thank you so much for jumping in, guys. Really appreciate it. And subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that too. I'm trying to increase my influence in YouTube land for the Grays currencies so we can all go live in Valhalla. Have a good week, guys. See y'all later.